This planet-killing space rock isn't gonna blow itself up. Looks like I'm gonna have to make the ultimate sacrifice to save all of mankind so I can explode this son of a bitch to kingdom come.
Daddy, no! If you die, I won't have anyone's career to latch onto.
Don't worry, baby. You've found a new boyfriend now, and despite our initial differences, I find him to be an exceptional replacement for me so that your daddy issues can grow and blossom. Just like this 10-ton nuke I brought here. Sayonara!
Did you get that from the North Koreans?
Well, god damn it. We hope you enjoyed this special presentation of Armageddon. It's now 4:34 in the afternoon, and next up, The Twilight Zone.
Imagine a door floating through space. You have a key for it. Beyond the door lies another dimension. Dimension of sound and wonder. A dimension where the rules of reality can bend and change. You just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
I'm sure excited about our date tonight. Where are we going?
It's this new restaurant called Something's Fishy here.
Wow. I'd say steer clear of the salmon, Nella.
Welcome to Something's Fishy here. What can we get you to tonight?
I'll have the fish and chips, and she'll have the grilled trout.
He said with male dominance. Can I also get you the right to vote, miss? Haha! I kid. I'll be back with your order, folks. Try not to set women's rights back 50 years while I'm gone. Oh, that's a fun one.
What a giant douchebag. Who the hell does he think he is?
Forget about him. Look around. Did you notice anything odd about the other patrons?
Well, no. They all seem to be... Now, wait. Hold on. They're all giant fish!
Exactly. Now, what kind of a seafood restaurant is the hottest spot for the local fish community? I think there's more to this place than meets the eye.
All right, you repressive dolts, here's your order. For the rapist, here's your fish and chips. And grilled trout for Phyllis Schleifly.
Who is Phyllis Schleifly?
Hashtag look it up, you hypocrite.
Ignore him. We've got bigger problems.
What is it? Is there hair in your food?
Worse than that, this isn't fish and chips. It's a human arm. And your trout is actually a severed head.
Oh my god, Henry! I almost bit right into it. Look around. The fish are all eating people. The food is people.
We've got to get out of here before we end up on the menu. You'll be Ribs a la Debbie, and I'll be Frank Pizza.
But your name is Frank Pizza. You'll actually be Frank Pizza Pizza. Hey, Pizza Pizza.
These people have found themselves in the midst of a mystery, wrapped in a quandary, and served up on a plate with butter and lemon. Someday you'll find yourself in a similar situation. Maybe your boss turns out to be a milk cow, or your dog is actually the president. Whatever it may be, when the time comes, you will know you're inside the Twilight Zone.
Hello and welcome to Sneaker Madness, the podcast about movies that are bad from movie lovers
Who are definitely bad.
who are bad and or lovers of movies bad.
Bad.
People who like pizzas.
People who say sentences that are bad.
I'm your host, Justin. Once again, with me in Stinker Studio A are Samuel and Jacquel. How are you guys? Everything aces? Good?
Well, it's spades, really.
Do you still have health care? Probably not.
No, that's why I've been trying to, gain the powers of the popular streaming series Iron Fist.
Ooh!
Oh.
How's that
One,
going to help with the health care?
well, I can heal myself.
Oh, that's good.
And two, I can really punch somebody hard about once a week.
Ooh, I would not heal myself, and I would go into the doctor's office and be like, doctor, my liver is here. It's in my hand.
Yeah.
Can you help me? And he would be like, yes, I can help you. And then you punch him real hard, and then you put your liver back and you heal.
You see, I think
That makes no sense.
It's just an excuse to punch doctors, Jackie.
Sure. I think week 1, you got to combine the powers of Iron Fist with Marvin Gaye and give yourself some sexual healing. Warm, friendly stranger.
Uh-huh.
Then, of course, because of the draining nature of the Iron Fist, you'll have to take a nap for a week. And then you wake up and get to business.
That's preposterous. Speaking of preposterous, let's get into some streaming do's and don'ts.
Do.
Okay. Well, I hope you're correct. First up, Sam and I watched this in tribute to Bill Paxton the day he died, actually. It's on Netflix. It also stars Larry Fishburne, and it's called The Colony from 2012, I believe.
Yes.
Frozen world, post-apocalyptic frozen ice ball world, minimal people.
This thing is just shitty, non-moving Snowpiercer.
Yeah, right. It's the same world that Snowpiercer takes place in, except for no train. They all live underground in, like, bomb shelter type thing. Big bomb shelters, like underground video game warehouses.
So like what Hitler built under
Yeah, something like it, like a bunker that can store
a town.
like 500 people or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Power goes out, I think, and they got to go to another place to get more power.
No, they get a transmission
Okay.
from the other
bunker.
That's a distress call, so 3 of them go.
Okay.
Meanwhile, they're already sowing the seeds of their own destruction by they're starting to really sort of just kill anybody that gets a cold.
And they've had it with the establishment. Management hasn't saved them, so they're starting to.
But meanwhile, there's only like 12 of them, so it's like, we need to have a meeting against management. Well, I am management. Okay. I don't like you. I don't like you either. Okay, good meeting. Bob keeps shooting people.
There's also zombies, sort of.
They're feral humans.
They're I Am Legend version of zombies. They're not the George A. Romero version of zombies, but they're the same villain as zombies, basically, except for they can run fast.
The problem is that they're written as feral humans, but they're turned into the current cinematic fast zombie.
Right.
Ugh, I hate the cinematic fast zombie.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it stinks.
I've had enough of it.
Yeah, I've had enough of the zombie, period. But,
sure.
And then, so they're in a race. They get to the place. It's not what they wanted to find. And now they're in a race to get back to shelter while they're being chased by fast cannibalistic zombie people.
Pretty much.
I didn't like this.
No, it sucked.
I thought it was very, at that time, Sci-Fi Channel movie-esque. Not as stupid. Not like one of their more mainstream, we really thought about this type jobbers. Not one that's made by the Asylum.
Yes.
Or for comedic goofiness like fucking Sharknado or something stupid like that.
Or, any of the Corwin sci-fi movies like Sharktopus.
Yeah. It just wasn't interesting and fairly generic, and God, I've seen this movie 50,000 times now.
Well, the problem is it's a setup for a perplexing moral tale. This is not perplexing morally at all, because you add fast zombies, you give everyone a common enemy.
Right.
The common enemy is the goddamn environment.
Correct.
The movie is supposed to be man against environment, but then you lump in that the environment is also fast zombies.
Correct.
When they're not even fucking fast zombies.
Yeah.
Now, this thing was a pile, and it makes, beyond that, like, main sin that I just said, it then takes Lawrence Fishburne and Bill Paxton. These guys aren't on a day rate. Mm-hmm. They're there long enough as anybody else, and then just doesn't use them enough.
Use them.
You paid the assholes. You have a movie here. You just didn't make it.
Not to mention, like, Bill Paxton's character could have been played by anybody.
Sure.
He was as milquetoast as characters could go. I'm thinking like even like Christian Slater or Steven Dorff or just like one of those short generic guys that have zero personality.
Sure. They would have done better.
Yeah, but Bill Paxton just like he never is anything more than bleh.
He's not allowed to be the Pax.
Right. and that sucks.
Oh, it does. Fishburne wasn't allowed to be Larry Fishburne.
No! Yeah, no, botch job. If you're going to do this, spend a lot less money and still shit out a bad movie.
Just watch If you've seen Snowpiercer, just watch it again and skip this.
Yeah.
So my first premonition was not right. Okay,
No.
moving on. I'm practicing my psychic abilities here.
Next up on Amazon Prime, America's Treasure Tom Hanks in Mazes and Monsters.
Wait, it's got Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks' first lead role.
I'm going to go with a do.
Okay.
Didn't you watched this?
Yes, I know, but
She walked out on it.
It was tough.
It was a little tough. Very slow beginning. But man, did it fucking pay itself off in the end.
Fuck, dude. Going Pardo. So I found out this shit is still reaching. Like the fucking fakeness of Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, let's set this up. This is a TV movie. It's a cautionary tale of the dangers of role-playing games. Not Final Fantasy or any of the games that are ROLL playing games. This is the dangers of you playing a role in a board game. The movie.
Specifically Dungeons and Dragons.
Specifically Dungeons and Dragons. And that you might go rogue and be a bad person if you do this.
This is one of the most bizarre, like, cautionary tales, because with Reefer Madness, you turn into a fiend. You've got semen, crusted pants, fingernails. You're raping and killing, and this is like, oh, if you play Dungeons and Dragons, you'll get stuck in character? What?
You will get stuck in character. There's no other way to put it. You will become your level 14 wizard. That's all you will see. When you go to your work and you're sorting mail and you're trying to put them in the tubes that shoot up into the top floor. Hey, look at this big check I've got up here on the top floor. You will instead just wave your magic staff at the mail and it won't go shooting up the tube. But somebody will put it in the tube and then you'll wave your magic staff and be like, you'll get further reinforced in your own fantasy.
Sure.
Magic!
What wizardry is this?
And that's what will happen.
Yeah.
If you play Dungeons and Dragons. It doesn't matter who you are. That's the end result for all of the children's. We need to lock this shit down. Tipper Gore's calling Congress as we speak and is like, fuck satanic Def Leppard music.
Yes.
Because she thinks the Def Leppard's satanic.
Exactly. Not super gay.
Not super gay. She will call Congress and they will put together a fucking hearing committee and bring in Zordon, level 26 paladin.
Your Honor, I call to testify Pardo.
Pardo. We must bring in Pardo. Fuck you. Are you kidding me?
A point at the beginning of the movie where you feel like they're trying to say that this sort of fantasy world is going to push somebody who's suicidal over the edge, but it doesn't go there. No. It ends up saying that, like, the biggest danger is that you will become stuck in character.
And you will start having acid flashes of monsters chasing you.
Right, like you're fucking General Zod stuck in the weird zone, the mirror flying...
The Phantom Zone?
Yeah, the Phantom Zone, and you're just banging on the walls like, let me out, but Pardu will not let you out of your fucking role. No, I'm Pardu now. Like, you're fucking, like... Danny with his fucking stupid finger in The Shining. Like,
yeah.
Where's Danny? Danny's not here right now, Mrs. Torrance. Instead, you've got Pardu.
I believe there's adventure out in those woods. Oh, danger.
Jesus Christ.
I have never seen such a social ill.
It used to be the drugs. Now it's this Dungeons and Dragons. It is fucking stupid. Now, isn't there like a real life story behind this dumb movie?
So there was a kid who had at one point played Dungeons and Dragons that tried to kill himself in the Michigan State University steam tunnels or something like that.
Okay.
And then they found him a couple weeks later. And he was fine.
So he wasn't in the steam tunnels.
No, and then so this lady writes the book anyway on falsehoods, and then the justification why it's true was then later quoted from the book made of falsehoods. So it's a circular argument
Of nothing.
of nothing.
Dumb.
And to this day, I found out from a guy that used to be in prison that's one of my neighbors.
Uh-huh.
He's like, Dungeons and Dragons will get you 2 weeks in the hole in prison.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, it's
Because
still...
you'll go Pardue?
Yeah.
Oh my god, damn it.
So there's still a lot of places that really still think that Dungeons and Dragons
Now,
is fucking dangerous.
If you are...
Not dorky, dangerous.
If you are in for murder or arson or, say, domestic violence, or you're a fucking heroin producer or something, and you're in fucking prison and the guards are standing around and like, dude, we're in here with a bunch of fucking maniacs, wouldn't you kind of want them to go Pardue?
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
They're just bouncing around like, ha, lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
Yeah.
That's so much safer than let's kill the guards.
Yeah. So, it sounds like it. Really, anything to occupy their damn time that's leaving you alone
Right.
and not escaping, go for
That's
it.
what we should do with the prison system. I'm going prison reform on the Go Pardue platform.
Yeah, so it's like, how long does the game of checkers take? 10 minutes. How long does the game of this take? 2 hours. How long is dungeon? You just keep playing it.
It forever.
So they're just going to keep playing this and leave me alone? Yup. Why
That's
are we giving
amazing.
people 2 weeks in the hole for this?
Jesus Christ, we've been fucking putting lethal injection in these bastards, and all it took was them going Pardue.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Shit.
Prison reform. I'm going to give this a total do.
You have to give it a do because it's the fucking reefer madness of Dungeons and Dragons, and it's got Tom Hanks in it.
Yeah.
And you
American
get to
Treasure,
now...
two-time Academy Award winning Tom Hanks.
Yeah, now you get to say going Pardue whenever somebody's being an asshole
Yeah.
playing a board game.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. A little slow. It's a slog,
It's a
but you gotta
definite-
get there.
Definitely made for TV in the
Yeah,
80s, but it's worth it.
pay off. Last but not least, Jackie and I watched this on Netflix, which is kind of a fun thing now. It's Space Mutiny via Mystery Science 3000, starring Reb Brown and Cameron Mitchell and John Philip Law.
John Philip Law.
And a grumpy faced guy and an old lady with a show it off butt, I guess.
I'm going to predict that this one is going to get a do.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll start with you, Jackie. You saw the Space Mutiny.
It was very forgettable.
Oh, directed by David A. Pryor.
No, David Winters.
David Winters.
David Winters of AIP, the same company as Pryor.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't remember this one.
How could you not forget Space Mutiny? Buff Zip Pants. Trip Megalord.
And yeah, this is not ringing a bell.
Bicep Cronman.
Nope.
Bicep
Was I
Mc-
drunk?
check my package.
Yeah, right. Bullet McToothface.
Nope. I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, I think you got wasted.
Oh, wait, this was the day this was the night I almost passed out on the couch because I was super, super drunk. And
Watched Blow at 5 a.m.
no, this is when you were like, you need to go to bed. I'm like, okay. So no, I didn't watch this one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me tell you about Space
Because
Mutiny.
you're the only one that watched it now.
Space Mutiny currently, as my last check, is number 57 on the IMDb bottom 100.
Oh, really? Still?
Yeah, little fun fact.
Yeah.
Sinker Madness favorite Cameron Mitchell dresses up in a Santa beard. That makes him from the future, I
Sure.
guess.
Why not?
It stinks. Reb Brown is a total fucking douche, as is tradition.
Mhm.
And they also open the entire space sequence of them being in space, which is only about 5 minutes because I guess they just couldn't put it together, is just old footage from 1978's Battlestar Galactica. The entire time they are on the Battlestar Galactica, and there's fucking Vipers flying in, and they don't even bother to call them like, the Space Rangers are back. They call them fucking Vipers. Like we wouldn't fucking notice. Are you kidding? This is 1988. It's 10 years after Battlestar Galactica in 1978. What?
It's still in syndication. I think they're doing it on purpose just because they're like, we're like Battlestar, right?
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 You like that? No, I don't like this. Here, I wouldn't give this a do.
Really?
Without Mystery Science Theater.
Huh.
Now, they are fucking fantastic in this episode. It is hilarious. So I'm going to give this, in this format, a total do.
Sure.
But by itself, oh my God, this thing is a pile of shit.
That's too bad because I've been looking forward to seeing it. I haven't
I think you should still give it a go.
Sure.
I mean,
I
do
was
Mystery
planning on
Science Theater.
doing it without Mystery Science Theater.
Man,
though.
I don't think you can.
Huh.
I think it would be an abort. Maybe borderline abort. There's some fun moments, and you can definitely riff it. But if you were to just sit there and watch a shitty space movie, God, there's a lot better stuff out there than this thing.
Huh.
It stinks. It's a real bad movie.
You know what this means then? Means that I'm psychic. 2 out of 3.
Yeah, that means you're psychic.
Premonitions, people. Premonitions.
Okay. Sam, it's your movie this week. What have you brought for the wild card?
Because I watched Iron Fist and I've been sort of completely taken back by how there's any level of controversy to this completely bland milkshake of a show.
Milkshakes.
Exactly.
The power to create milkshakes. Bam!
Yes, this is a 10.
A 10, totally.
No, it's the Iron Foot. I'm
So,
doing
like,
the great superpower debate. And
we should probably explain this a little bit because I don't think Jackie's very familiar with the Iron Fist.
okay, so Iron Fist plunged his hands into a dragon and ripped out his heart.
Okay.
So now he has a magic hand.
So this one stuck his foot up a dragon's butt, and now he has a magic foot.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. You can write your own origin story.
Yeah, exactly. But the basic premise is that he can punch stuff like hard enough to knock over the Hulk if he needs to. Not really anything beyond knocking the Hulk over, but it's still quite a feat. However, if he punches anything that hard, he's going to have to take a nap for like fucking 3 months.
It's like down, left or right, and then up and A in Street Fighter. If you're Ryu, you do the... No, that's the leg kick. What's the tiger uppercut?
That's, it's called the dragon punch.
Yeah, the dragon punch. Your fist turns into a flame, and then you can punch hard. But only with one fist.
Only one. In different incarnations of Iron Fist, he can use either hand, but in the classic, it's just the one hand.
Right. Now you have Iron Foot.
And he can heal with it, too. But I'm going to take something that is sort of dubious to begin with and then transfer it to a less useful part of your body.
Kicking guys, though.
But I wonder if you had prostate cancer, could you just stick a toe up somebody's butt and be like, there you go?
Well, can I finish my kicking guys thought?
No.
Okay, like if you kicking somebody in the balls is already, you don't need an iron foot for that. But if you had an iron foot and you kick somebody in the balls,
you could actually give them a couple of acres and send them into space.
You would probably send them into space. The balls, not the person. Their balls would actually shoot through the top of their head and they would be dead from it. But balls in space.
So if you're like a police officer or something, you're just a normal police officer who knows kung fu or what. I'm not adding the kung fu part.
Okay.
It's just the iron foot.
Okay, all right.
So basically, you're the guy that gets to kick in the door.
Yeah.
And you got to take your shoe off to do it.
That is true. You would have to take your shoe. Hold on. Just a moment. I'm going to kick you in the balls. Just a moment. What about like soccer skills? Like you could blast that fucking soccer
No,
ball.
you just flatten the ball every time you kicked it.
That's true.
And you'd have to be barefoot.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I don't think you're allowed to play barefoot.
Okay, all right, that's out. What if you were a hockey player and you were trained yourself that you could like skate around on one foot, sort of, and you kicked the puck?
That wouldn't make any sense.
Well, you would still kick that puck real hard.
Oh, yeah, you'd kill somebody. You'd
Yeah.
get kicked out of hockey
Bam.
forever. One game.
But that one time, man, I've never seen a puck move like that.
Son of a
Okay,
bitch.
Jackie, I'm out of thoughts on the kicking thing. Why don't you go with your healing thing?
Well, that was the only thing you can heal with a foot.
You just kick somebody in the ass.
No, you just stick your toe up there.
hold still.
And
Well, that doesn't sound like it's a good thing for you.
yeah, but then my
Does
other
it
thought was,
transfer? Does
you
it
know,
transfer
on
the healing powers, or can you just use it on yourself only?
anywhere you can get the bottom of your foot to touch.
All right.
So you're not very flexible. Like, it's not going to work out for you very good.
Well,
Yeah.
you're probably not going to give anybody any brain healing while they're standing, sure. But I think Jackie's prostate cancer, does that work? Would you be able to cure somebody's prostate cancer?
I don't. It seems like the healing of the Iron Fist is more immediate ailments like poison or broken bones.
Or
So
cuts.
cancer, I think, is kind of out.
Little tough.
Yeah. So if you had like a black eye, if somebody had a black eye, you could take your shoe off.
Give us the worst case thing that you can do heel-wise.
Gunshot wound.
Oh, okay. That's pretty bad, dude.
It's pretty bad.
Okay, all right. What if it's in the ass, Jackie? Then you're go. You're shoeless butt plug toe man. Go.
Yep, that would work. What about like if they were in Starship Troopers and they were smushing bugs? You could totally kill a bug if you kicked it in the face.
You could. You just have to take your shoe off first.
And you could do that with your shoe on because they're fucking bugs.
No, the big ones that
the
come at
big-
you with the stick.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd
Legs.
have to take your shoe. Why would you even wear a shoe?
You'd pretty much never want to wear a shoe.
You'd
Pretty
have
much.
flip-flops. And you'd be like, flip-flop power, and you'd kick it off, and then you'd get somebody.
So you're a hippie
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that puts his feet on people.
Right.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Super gross. Hey, like, I got a black eye. Here, just hold still, man. Dirty foot right on your face.
Okay, could you clip the toenails?
Oh, you got to clip the toenails. Nobody's going to let you get near them with these fucking, foot claws.
But you don't have to have the superpower.
No, you don't
could
have
be
to.
Grody, man.
You could be totally gross.
I still, dude, I don't really care about the healing thing.
Sure.
Kicking stuff hard is pretty awesome. I can think of a lot of scenarios where kicking stuff is going to work out for me. So I'm going to give this guy a fucking 6.5.
6.5, Jackie.
I'm kind of thinking, wonder if you need a parking spot. And there wasn't one. And it was really crowded. And some
Dude.
dickwad parks in the last spot.
Bam!
Then you get out, take off your shoe,
You
and
just
fuck up
got
their
an
rig.
extra star 7.5 for pulling fried green tomatoes with your foot.
Oh,
Yeah, that would be cool. So I'm also going to give it a 7.
all right. 7.25.
That's not bad. See,
Not
that's
bad.
one of your higher ones.
It is one of my higher ones.
All right. Tell us about Iron Fist. I mean, not Iron Fist.
Iron Fist.
Well, it might as well be.
May as well be.
I will punch that asteroid. Armageddon.
Made in 1998. I've got a little joke.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Armageddon.
Armageddon who?
Armageddon on your nerves yet? If not, give me another 2.5 hours.
Oh, my God.
Jackie? I'm going to stop you there, Sam. Why don't you tell your joke?
Hey, Sam,
Sure.
have you heard about the movie Constipation?
Nope.
That's because it hasn't come out yet.
Okay, continue.
Well, despite the cumbersome length, it's finally time for Michael Bay to please step forward. This will also be Jerry Bruckheimer's first time on the show. Somehow, he will definitely be back, as my next pick is going to be Con Air.
I was just about to say, how have we not done Con Air?
Con Air yet.
Yeah.
The Con Air was the one that I was going to do until I was like, Armageddon's not going to be on. They're not going to keep this on Netflix forever, so we
Yeah.
should just do it now.
Good enough.
I'm sure he'll be back after that, as his filmography reads like a movie critic's rogues gallery.
Mm-hmm.
The third member of the superstar filmmaking team, however, is Gail Ann Hurd. Though more respected in critical circles, Gail is now a Stinker Madness 3-timer.
Oh, no.
Yes, she also produced Dante's Peak and Punisher Warzone.
Uh-huh.
I do like the Dante's Peak.
Oh, well, I like the Punisher Warzone. Huh. I'll be damned. Well, name what's her good movies?
Well, so she was early Cameron. So she did like Terminator and
The Abyss.
The Abyss.
Yeah. Okay.
There's some other ones in there that are not bad.
Yeah.
And then Dante's Peak, she just turns to shit, starts working for Lionsgate.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it was Twin Peaks.
No, that's a show, Jackie.
Yeah, Twin Peaks is good. Dante's Peak, not so
Oh,
much.
no, I don't like Dante's Peak, but I do like the Punisher series.
All right.
Punisher meets Agent Dale Cooper in Twin Peaks.
And Twin Peaks. I was all excited there for a second. Now that I know that it's Dante's Peak, I'm like, oh.
That might be the intro. I might bumper that next week. Punisher versus Agent Dale Cooper.
Why not? The screenplay, as you can imagine, was tackled by as many as 9 individuals at various times, but it would appear that Hurd's husband and scribe of many stinkers, Jonathan Hesley, was on the front end, And Tony Gilroy and J.J. Abrams got into the action at some point. And Gilroy's written some good movies. I mean, the Bourne Identities are decent adaptations of fairly boring source material, so you hand him that. But he also adapted Michael Clayton, I think got nominated for an Academy Award. Yeah. This guy's done good movies. He's somehow got in here on Armageddon at one point or another. Mm-hmm. Michael Bay openly cites this as his worst film. He claims that he would have completely redone the third act if there was more time, which there was not.
What's the third act?
The third act of the movie.
It's the one after the second.
Yeah.
Oh. This kind of all just runs together like diarrhea.
I'm
actually about to get to that. He did not breach his shooting schedule of 16 weeks, but did shoot 1 million feet of film in the project.
That's enough to go to the moon and back 72 times.
This would have two results.
I don't have any math to back that up.
So this has two, I guess this is a thing. He says there's about 2 movies a year that shoot 1 million feet, and what happens is the execs from the studio immediately send you 6 bottles of Corbel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just
because they're $10 bottles. That's
leave the camera on then.
What? Because what do you want? 6 bottles of Corbel? It's
Corbel.
An insult. It's like this is your party. 6 bottles of champagne for a $140 filmmaking crew because you fucking spent all the money, dickhead.
I'll tell you why, because we're sitting in a basement right now, and if we had 6 bottles of champagne, this would turn into a real wild party. It doesn't matter if it was Corbel or what.
Remember that talking bird? Yeah. Corbel! I'd be doing that. I'd just be like in sunglasses in the dark, walking into the wall going, Corbel!
Yeah, if you can drink 2 bottles of champagne in a night, good night.
Yikes.
Oh, challenge accepted.
Oh,
Next weekend, diarrhea and Corbel.
And speaking of the film being like diarrhea, as you said, the second result of the million feet of film shot is that the average length to cut of every shot in this film is 1.5 seconds.
Okay, what?
So the shot length, like there's long takes in movies, the average shot length in this movie is 1.5 seconds.
That sucks.
So one of us may have a seizure.
Uh-huh.
Or be diagnosed with ADD if we like it.
Yeah. My God, man.
Yeah.
Although at the same time, I praise Zero Dark 30 for the exact same fucking thing. So,
it's not 1.5 seconds. It's probably like 3 to 4 seconds.
Maybe. There's a lot of cuts in that film.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems stupid.
With the amazing success of Top Gun financially, as well as a Navy recruitment tool, Bruckheimer was able to get the cast and crew into NASA's facilities for filming. Later, NASA would use the film as a testing tool for new entries. New employees of the agency are shown the film and provided with a pen and paper and asked to list the scientific inaccuracies. At least 168 have been found to date.
How about you just circle the whole thing?
I know, but like individual
circle.
168 instances of scientific inaccuracy.
I actually, that seems low to me.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's, from a few years ago. So maybe they're up to, 215 or something. It's a lot. That's
a lot.
It's 1 per minute. It's over 1 per minute.
Right.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
During filming, Ben Affleck asked Bay if it wouldn't be easier to teach astronauts how to drill rather than train drillers as astronauts. Bay's reply was to shut up. I actually reading about this, you kind of have some sort of it was garnering admiration for the sort of cat herding that Michael Bay was able to do on this. Another instance would be he picked Willis out as the obvious diva of the group, and he had the cast write their demand list on what would turn out to be the back of Bruce Willis's copy of the script so that he would see, it didn't work because reportedly Willis would then demand a second trailer with a gym in it and then not use it once.
What a butthole.
Not to be outdone by Billy Bob Thornton, Billy Bob Thornton showed up with a whole backstory that he came up for his own character, and Bay wouldn't even try to stop him. He was just like, all right, cool, go ahead. And he even gave him an auxiliary unit to shoot some footage, and some of it ends up in the movie.
Oh my
so they keep the back. He's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then when you have this giant pile of shit that's 1 million feet long, he's like, where's the Thornton stuff? That's not bad. Put it in.
Jesus.
So the final note of shenanigans that occurred once filming started would involve Steve Buscemi. Buscemi was really excited about the film for two reasons. Firstly, he would get to buy a bigger house.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, it was the rare role where he wasn't playing the sleazy character.
Yes.
Though he would get the house, someone on the creative team decided they needed to write in some sleazy shit for Buscemi.
I don't remember that, but okay.
Yeah, you got the house, Steve. It's okay. You
Should
got
be
the
a
house.
keep an eye out for.
It's not really because it's if I've only seen the movie once, but there's that like period before they blast off or whatever that everybody like
And he's
goes
leering at Liv Tyler like, yeah.
No, he goes and visits a fucking loan shark.
Hmm.
And listening to him talk about it, it was like a heartbreaker. He's like, "Yeah, Buscemi, just a world-saving kind of guy." And then the red pages show up that day. He's like, "What loan shark, you cocksuckers?" Like last minute. I'm not going through the extensive cast list or the ever-present Aerosmith in the soundtrack. Although it should be noted, the film will go on to be the biggest earner of 1998 with a $200 million domestic and $550 million worldwide return against a $140 million budget.
Which seems like mega small potatoes now.
Now.
But it was a real fucking big deal.
Fucking big deal. So let's keep an eye out for one. Who do you want to punch the most?
Ooh, that's going to be hard to not be Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
It's going to be real hard.
Mm-hmm.
Two, narrow down the 168 inaccuracies to your most glaring two. And the nuke is disqualified because it's the gorilla standing in the corner.
Right.
All right.
3, does the romance between Affleck and Tyler seem like it's part of the movie? It was apparently added after the studio found out teenage girls were seeing Titanic 12 to 13 times at full ticket price. So while they're filming the movie, they're like, this Titanic shit, it's going crazy. We need to add a romance in here for teenage girls, which actually caused them to have to fly. Because Liv Tyler, I can't remember what other movie it was. She was working on a movie and was filming in like fucking Croatia or something.
Mm-hmm.
So she's flying back and forth from Croatia to add the love scene
Ugh.
to the love interest in this movie.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
What a buddy.
Also, the other really fucking weird, Bruce Willis did this movie. He was in the middle of another movie that he hated, and so he was talking to, at this point, it's like Disney that's in charge of all this shit. He's like, what do I got to do to get out of this movie in the middle of filming it? And they're like, well, you do Armageddon, and then you do 2 more movies, which ended up being The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. So he just tanks this other movie that doesn't even exist anymore and gets on here and still demands a trailer with a gym and doesn't use it.
Is this his first appearance on the show?
Willis?
Yeah.
Bruce Willie?
Yeah.
I think it might be Bruce Willie's
How
first.
have we not done Hudson Hawk either? That's crazy.
I thought we did do Hudson Hawk.
I feel like Hudson Hawk is genuinely funny.
No, it stinks. I mean, it's fine, but it stinks. Anyways, we gotta wrap this up. The movie is on Netflix, as Sam said, so check it out. Come back to us on Monday. In the meantime, get to the asteroid, please.
Fans of Stinker Madness, iTunes thinks you don't like us. What? How is that possible? Well, it's because you haven't given us a review yet. Go to Stinker Madness on iTunes and take just a couple seconds to rate and review us there. While you're at it, hit up Stitcher.com as well. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter @/Stinker Madness and email us at talk@stinkermadness.com. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening and get to the chopper.